as a man?
I don't know that I have.
Yeah, they're more convincing as a man. So why would you
Okay,
want
and
them
I
to
would.
go into a bathroom full of girls, allowing for real actual men to go in there, just say that they're trans or just say that they're actual biological women, that they're just on hormone therapy?
Yeah, because trans men are actually women.
Yeah, but
You missed the point.
unfortunately, you're missing the entire point. The point just went right over your head.
Okay, what are you saying? Repeat what you just said.
Trans men are technically biologically female, but they identify
Okay.
as male, and they are more convincing as a man than a woman. Therefore, why wouldn't a cis straight man just claim to be a trans man who's on hormone therapy and go into a bathroom anyways without even putting on a dress?
I mean, I don't think that would be a good thing.
Yeah, but doing that just does that then. So then you'd still have cis men coming into the bathroom. Because it's not the trans men,
Well, yeah, no, so
trans women that are wanting to go into the bathroom, to do things to children. It's the cis men who claim to be trans who want to do things to children and other women.
okay, so let me get this straight. Just so I'm clear, you would support trans women being in the women's bathroom, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Would you also support a trans woman who has a penis who is incarcerated for a crime being placed in a women's prison and sharing a cell with a female cellmate?
I mean, has that been made a law by Trump? I mean, I thought you were just talking about the bathroom bans.
Well, Kamala was going to institute that policy. Yes.
Kamala.
What was the name of the policy?
The name, I don't know what the name of the policy was, but she had a
So
policy
she
that was
wasn't
going
gonna-
to put trans. Yes, this is a very Googleable stat. It's a very Googleable fact. Sorry, it's late.
Sure, well, yeah, what's the
You can look it
source?
up. Kamala had a policy.
What was the name of the policy?
I mean, you can. I
No,
don't know
birth approval
exactly what the name of
buddy.
the policy.
So you said she had a policy.
Okay, do you want me to look this up right now?
Yeah, you said she had a policy, but you can't tell me the name of the policy. That's kind of the whole point, man. That's just like, trust me, bro. Which I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna trust you, bro. Also, it's just like, it's such a non-issue. Like, why do you care about what's in people's pants, you weirdo?
Yeah, honestly, as a cis woman, am I straight? No, I don't care. But as a cis woman, it takes more effort to be a trans woman than it takes to be, a straight man in a dress. Because there are certain social heteronormative norms that you have to apply to when you're trans.
News. That's my source.
What
What's
is
your
it?
source?
The 19th News. Use the Google AI summary and then look for the sources underneath that.
So it's AI. Sorry, I don't trust AI sources. They can't even spell the word strawberry without figuring out how many R's are in there.
Well, it was a
title
summary
of
of
the
sources.
title
So
of
the sources.
Hey, Isaac, if it's not from her direct website where she actually has all the policies listed out that she wanted to run on, I'm not going to trust it. Like, do they forget that she still has her campaign up on up on the internet?
Even if Kamala Harris, even if she didn't have a policy putting trans women in women's prisons, it
concession?
would still logically follow that.
Can we get a concession?
I'm
please?
saying in a hypothetical. Are you going to let me finish what I'm saying?
Well, hold on.
Can we get a concession?
Even if she,
hold on. Before we move on.
no, I'm
Hold
not
on.
conceding. I'm saying
Then you
even
made
if
a
she
claim.
did.
Hold on, you made a
No,
claim.
you got to
If
let me
you're-
finish first.
If you're not,
I was talking.
Hold on.
I was talking.
Yeah, but you're pivoting away. If you're not conceding, you have to provide evidence for your claim. Okay, so if you're not going to concede, provide evidence.
Yeah, I know.
So what's
You
the
gotta
evidence?
let me finish what I was saying first.
What's the title?
You
of the
gotta let
source?
me finish what I was saying. You have to let me finish what I was saying. Okay. So answer your question. The title of the
You have to be in the app for me to hear you. Can't hear you when you're out of the app.
If you cannot see us, we cannot hear you.
Harris has supported gender affirming care for incarcerated prisoners or something like that. It was on the 19thnews.org. And then,
If it
as
is
for what I
not-
was saying earlier, it doesn't matter if Kamala. Oh my gosh! It doesn't matter if Kamala Harris actually had that policy. It doesn't matter if Harris actually had that policy or not, because even if she didn't, it would logically follow that if trans women are going to be allowed in women's bathrooms, they should also be allowed in women's prisons.
But you posited the claim that she was running on this.
Let's
She
see.
did. Yeah,
Your
that was one of
says-
her campaign promises. Yes.
So when Pierre asked her about it on Fox, Harris answered, quote, "I will follow the law," she said, and it's a law that Donald Trump actually followed. You're probably familiar with it now. It's public report that under Donald Trump's administration, these surgeries were also available on a medical necessity bias to people in the federal prison system. These were also done under the Trump administration?
Where did you find that?
On your own
That's
source.
why we don't trust
it's
AI.
on your own source. The 19th.
Listen, that's why we don't trust AI.
You
It only gives
you should
us.
read your source, man.
Again,
really
you
do.
shouldn't posit claims without actually reading your source before you actually say anything. Because again, like I said earlier, if it's not directly from her website that is still available to look at with her campaign promises for everything, then you can't posit the claim that she was going to run on this. Because again, she
Well,
already had her
that's not
plans
Trump's
put
current
out.
policy.
But it happened
Do you
under
want-
his administration.
Uh,
His first admin, it happened. That's what your source says.
It was. I'm pretty sure if I have this correct, it was just that the law existed under his administration and he didn't change it until this recent presidency.
Sure.
So that was in 2016.
So Harris was gonna do what Trump did, but you don't like it when Harris does it, but you like it when Trump does it. What the heck? Rules for thee, but not for
No,
me.
I like it when I like it when Trump repeals that law. That's what
He
I'm
didn't
saying.
repeal that law. What's your source?
Yeah. So
Also, again, I still want to know why you would make it so much easier for cis straight men to be able to masquerade as trans men going into a female's bathroom, making it 10 times easier because then they don't have to dress up or anything. They don't have to put on makeup.
the New
They don't
York
have to-
Times. The New York Times is my source to answer the question.
Title of the New York Times.
Trump overturned the law allowing trans women in federal prisons. It's from January 23rd, 2025.
Was this also Google AI'd?
New York
No,
Times.
well, yes, but then I found the source underneath it.
New York Times.
The New York Times. And I think the Guardian had one too.
New York Times. The judge blocks effort to move trans women to men's prison. Official detailed treatment of trans inmates under judge blocks Trump's effort to end treatment for. Okay, what I'm seeing here is the judge blocked it, according to the New York Times, June 3rd, 2025, and I can't find the source that you're looking for.
Hold on 1 second. I don't.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, so he signed the executive order to have them
What's the
removed
executive
from
order
men's
name?
prisons, but I guess
What's the name?
We're gonna have a 3 strikes and you're out policy where you owe us all $10. Because this is now like the second time that we've looked up his sources, and it's like said like the complete opposite.
Literally.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
Do you support Trump?
No.
Yes, I do, sir.
How old are you?
27.
Isaac, I kicked you. You gotta work on finding your sources. Why do you support Trump?
I like his views on immigration specifically.
What about immigration?
Just basically securing the border, making sure we have no illegal immigration.
The border's open right now.
Well, he tried to close it, right? We're at down, not a lot of illegal immigrants are coming in, correct? Correct.
But the border's open.
Open in what sense? What does that mean?
Open in the sense that While yes, border encounters have decreased 97%, it isn't because we have a closed border. It's because he's violated human rights and constitutional rights, and the undocumented immigrants don't want to go through here. Okay, he's done nothing to close the border. Nothing. The border's
Wait,
wide
you
open.
said, pardon me, you said he violated human rights to
And
close it? What does that
constitutional
mean?
rights, yes.
Yeah, but what would that mean?
Yeah, he sent Kilmar Garcia to be beaten, tortured, and starved for 3 weeks in Sica and in Salvador. He was forced to kneel for 9 hours at night, and if he fell due to exhaustion, he would be beaten by the guards, according to Nayib Bukele, which is the president of El Salvador. Donald Trump had complete authority to what happened over him, and they had final say to what happened over him. So that's Donald Trump sending someone to be tortured in Sica.
Got it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really answer my question. You said violation of human rights.
That's a
What would make
violation of
that-
human rights, yes.
Yeah, what were human rights grounded specifically?
What do you mean?
Like a human right, what makes it a right specifically to not be tortured in any of that?
Cruel and unusual punishment
Oh,
as
wait, you're
being a
arguing-
part of the justice system.
Are you
Yeah,
saying...
but what makes that a right?
Well, are you saying that like...
That is an unalienable right.
Right. Are you
Where
saying
does
that,
it come
are you
from?
saying not being tortured is not a human right?
Well, if it could be violated, then it wouldn't really be a right, right? There are countries like if there's a
Rights can be
country and they say
violated.
yeah, but well, then what makes it a right?
Can I send Anon to the moon as punishment for this?
Well,
stupid
just answer
argument?
the question. We're here for a
No,
debate, right?
Anon. No, here the thing is that if there are no rights for anybody, period, point blank, I'm sending you to the sun as punishment.
Then what makes you better than Trump? You don't believe in rights.
What the fuck? What? Hold on. Do
Oh my
you think people have the right to life?
No,
Do you think that people have the right to the pursuit of happiness?
no, rights
Do
don't
you-
exist.
So then you're stupid, because that's what our Constitution is based on: is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah, but that's
just an appeal
to authority.
Pause. I've actually never heard this argument. Rights don't exist, guys.
God,
Yo,
rights don't exist.
Rights don't exist. You heard it here first, folks. According to
You hear that, Ellie?
Anon, rights do
Got
not
it.
exist.
Got it. So then, do they exist in objective reality?
Dude, I don't think you're in our reality.
So
I
if they
think-
exist in objective
Hold on.
reality, could you point
Anon,
to it? Could you
I gotta
smell
ask
it?
you this question: is the world flat? Yes or no?
No, the world is round.
Okay, how many continents are there?
There are 7.
Are you sure?
Well, yeah, because those are things that
Objective,
could
because
be.
in your
here.
reality, are you sure?
Well, I'm going to tell you why. You have to let me answer because those are things that could be empirically verified. Could you empirically verify
What
a
if your
right
eyes are
objectively?
deceiving? Wait, hold on. Can your eyes deceive you? What if you're hallucinating? Can your eyes deceive you?
Well, even if your eyes deceive you, things would still be able to be empirically verified.
Is the world
Not if-
hollow?
Yeah, not if your eyes deceive you. I mean, you're saying there's 7
Wait.
continents, but how do you know for certain that there are?
Because
Well,
using
you-
your logic,
Got it. Well,
saying
no,
that
no,
things
no.
are
You're
subjective.
misunderstanding me. They are subjective as things can be empirically verified, but human rights can't. Could you show me how you would empirically verify a human right?
Yeah, me not coming over to you and hitting you in the head with a rock.
Yeah, how would you empirically verify that though?
The police. The police.
Yeah, and how? Yeah, that's just an appeal to
the
authority.
justice. The
So then
justice
it's
system.
so then you're making my argument for me because you're just appealing to
No,
authority.
you don't even. What's your argument? Repeat your argument. Why do
Yeah,
you, why
you
do you
said-
think
you
rights
said-
don't exist?
Yeah, well, you said he violated human rights, right?
Yes. What's
So
your
you would
argument
have
for- Well, hold on. What's your argument that rights don't exist? You made the claim they don't exist. What's your argument?
Yeah, the argument that they don't exist is that they can't be empirically verified. They're interchangeable with force.
They're interchangeable with force.
Yeah, the way that you're using it. You said that he can't do it, but he did it. So what would
if
make it a right?
If something can't be verified, that means it's not. It's subjective.
Well, if it can't be empirically verified or measured, then it would be a subjective value that you would hold, right?
Okay. So you're saying that the 7 continents, they like we have measured them and we it's actually like a fact. Yes.
Is that empirically verified?
I'm asking you. Is it?
Yeah,
How?
because that exists in objective reality, not with
How?
human minds.
But how was it empirically verified?
Well, because if human minds don't exist, would they still exist?
If
How do you
humans
know
minds-
that they're not just a brain in a vat?
How do you know
Well,
that this
yeah,
isn't
but
already human
that's the
minds?
reductio. That's a solipsism reductio.
Yeah, so hold on. How has it been empirically verified?
Because they can be touched. A right can't be touched. You can't
They can
smell
be
it. You can't taste it.
touched.
Yeah, you can't, like a rock. Like if a rock is there and you don't exist, would the rock still be there?
I genuinely can't tell if this guy's trolling or.
No, I'm giving you a good argument.
exists and I don't, would the rock still exist?
Yeah, like let's just say there's a rock and your mind doesn't exist. Would the rock still be there? Like when you say a human right,
I don't know.
and he
It might
violated.
not. You know, what if that rock is just in my mind? It might not exist once I
Okay,
once I don't
well then,
exist.
okay, so then
That's
it
your
stands.
argument, right?
No, that's your argument. That's what I'm arguing
That's what
against.
you're arguing with rights, though.
No, because you said that he violated human rights, right? As if there's some way to verify these human rights. How would you verify?
If a tree falls in a
Hold on.
forest, how does it make a sound?
Human rights.
Well, the tree would still make a sound. People wouldn't be there to hear it.
Human
Hold on,
but
I'm
how
gonna
do-
agree with Emily in the comments. So oxygen doesn't exist because you can't see it, smell it, touch it, or feel it.
Well, you can smell, touch it, and
No, you
inhale
can't.
it.
Oxygen
Well-
doesn't have a smell.
Well, you can inhale oxygen. You could
That
touch
doesn't
it.
mean it
It has-
smells like what?
That doesn't mean it has a
Oxygen-
smell.
Oxygen
Are you-
could
hold
be
on.
empirically. You could measure oxygen. There's a way to
Hold on,
quantify. You can't
hold on.
quantify a human right.
Hold on. So I mean, hold on. Your argument that there's no rights like at
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
is that they're not empirically measured.
yeah, they don't exist. They're subjective. Rights would be subjective.
Human rights are rights in general are subjective.
Yeah, unless you could objectively verify them for me, if you can.
How would you objectively verify that there are 7 continents?
Well, because you could touch them. There are things that are in material reality. You really can't touch rights, right?
Okay, how would you verify that oxygen is real and that's
That oxygen.
objective?
Well, because it's something that could be measured. You could
How?
inhale it. Because you could inhale it.
Inhaling.
Yeah, you could inhale and exhale. It's like example,
Okay,
like something
someone-
like
so
here. I'll
someone-
give you an
someone
example.
could have human rights. That's how you measure it. Is that now your argument?
Well, no, because it's
But
not
they
in
have human
material
rights.
reality.
Okay,
Well,
I got a question.
where is
No,
it then?
no,
Well, with
what is
oxygen,
morality?
you could point to something. Could you point to the? Here, let me give you an example. Take your finger and point to the right.
Can you
I'm
see?
pointing at a
Can you
wall.
see oxygen?
No, you don't have to see something to verify it. You do
Okay.
realize that,
You
right?
don't have to see
Oh,
something to
there we go.
verify it. Okay.
Yeah, like,
How
like
do
if
you
you're
verify?
blind,
Okay.
yeah, like if you're blind, you could touch grass. You don't have to see it. I'm not sure what that means.
What if that's not grass? What if that's someone's hair?
Whatever it would be, you're
But that wouldn't
touching
be
it, right?
grass.
Well, if you're touching it,
But that wouldn't be grass, though. That would be someone's
but
hair.
what would it be if not grass then?
It would be someone's
Who
hair.
knows?
Got
Someone's
it.
hair.
Okay, so got it. So we're getting somewhere. So whatever it is, it's something that you could touch, right? You could feel.
But it wouldn't be grass because it's someone's hair.
Got it. Congratulations. It's hair, but you could touch
Right.
it, right?
But it wouldn't be grass, which you said it would be grass.
Well, if you're touching grass, what else would it be?
You said
Who
if a
knows?
blind person is touching grass, what else would it be? It could be someone's
Yeah.
hair.
Well,
I mean,
according to the but if it's grass, according to the law of identity, it would have to be
But
grass.
How do you
Otherwise,
know
it would
that? How do
violate.
you know that it is grass? How
Because
do
then,
they know
because
that
then,
it's grass?
okay, well, they would touch it. Whatever you would quantify it as, whatever
What
you
if
would
they've
call
never
it.
touched grass ever before in their life?
But this is the first time they've touched it,
Yeah.
right?
So how do you know? How do they know that it's grass?
Well, because they're touching it. It could be
But they've
empirically
never
verified.
touched grass before.
And they're blind.
Yeah, but
They've
if
never
you've
And
seen
they're
never,
grass
blind, they
before.
can't
yeah,
see.
but if you've never driven a car before and you drive a car, it's still a car, right?
Okay,
Okay. But if
I-
you've
I've
never
got-
driven,
Good,
if you've
good,
never,
so we
if you've
agree.
if you've never driven a Honda Accord and you like, well, what are you arguing? Like if you never driven a car and you drive a plane, like what?
Yeah.
The point is here.
Well, you don't
the
drive a
blind
plane, you
person-
fly it.
Look, same.
No, you
same
can drive
difference.
planes.
How do you drive
the
a
point-
plane?
The
It's called
point.
taxiing.
The point.
What does that mean?
It means driving the plane.
Yeah, but how do you drive it? Don't you fly
They
it?
have wheels, do they not?
Yeah, but usually
You have to
fly
taxi
it,
the
right?
plane out to
Got
the
it,
runway.
got it,
That's
got it. But
driving
when
the plane.
when it gets in the air, are you
How do
driving
you
it?
know I was referencing the air?
Oh,
Well, when you think of planes, what is the colloquial understanding of a plane?
That's your.
airs are in,
That's your
the
understanding.
planes are in oxygen.
Well, what?
Yeah, air is oxygen. is it
How do
not?
you know planes
Whoa,
exist?
wait, wait a minute,
Hold on,
wait a
hold on,
minute,
hold
wait
on,
a
hold on,
minute.
pause, pause. How do you know
All
planes
air
exist?
isn't oxygen.
Hold on, how do you know planes exist?
Well, you could empirically verify by touching it.
Okay, but what if you're like touching something else and you don't realize that?
Then it wouldn't be a plane. That's
so then,
the law of identity.
So then you don't know that planes exist.
Wait a minute. Because a reductio is a solipsis, like a position of solipsism. Ultimately, you grant that when you're engaging with something in material reality, it exists. When it comes to a moral, claim, you have to empirically verify it. Otherwise, you're stuck in an infinite regress.
Sure. So back to my question about like the blind person touching grass. They've never
Yeah,
touched
there you
grass
go.
before. They've never
Mhm.
touched grass before. How do they know that they're 100% touching grass?
Well, they don't have to know that they're touching grass for it to be grass. That's where objective comes in.
So okay, sure. But if they think they're touching grass and they're not touching grass, then they're not touching grass. Yes.
Wait, if they think they're touching grass,
But they're actually
But
not touching grass. They're actually
what
not
would they-
touching grass. Yes.
it wouldn't matter because the grass would still exist because it exists in objective
I'm not
reality.
saying the grass wouldn't exist. I'm just saying they're not touching grass. Yes.
Wait. But if you say the grass wouldn't exist, right?
I never
then
said the grass
still
wouldn't
exists.
exist.
Well, that's what you said now.
No, I'm just making the argument. You said a blind
Got it.
person is touching
But
grass.
in your argument, would the grass still exist?
Hold on a minute.
But the
Hold on a minute.
argument
I got a great
Got
analogy
it.
for
But the
this.
grass would
Schrodinger's
still
cat.
exist.
Is the cat in the box? Yes or no?
Well, hold
If it
hold
is it or
hold
is it
hold
not?
Hold on. The grass existing was never my argument. The grass not existing was never my argument. My argument was, how do you
Mhm.
know that they are touching grass?
Yeah, the epistemic justification would come not whether they're touching it or not, but whether it exists in general, in objective reality, which could be
But
empirically.
you said the blind person is
verified.
touching grass.
No, you said it. What I'm telling you is
Hold
that
on,
it
you're trying
doesn't
to
matter
gaslight
if
me.
they're not or
You
if they
said the
are.
blind person is touching the grass. Don't try to gaslight me
No,
now.
that's what you asked me.
Do you want to bet money?
Yes, bet money,
You want to
go.
bet money on it?
Yes,
Hold on, let me replay the stream real quick.
replay.
Schrodinger's grass. We're literally
You
arguing
are the one.
Schrodinger's
You're
cat.
the one who brought up the grass.
No, you brought up the grass first. I
No,
brought up the
didn't.
grass.
What? Hold on. Maybe
Who
I'm like.
brought up
maybe-
grass?
hold on,
You
hold
brought
on.
up grass first.
Am I like not thinking straight? You brought up grass.
Yes, you're not
first.
thinking straight. You
No,
brought
you're
up if
trying
a
to
blind
gaslight
person
me.
is touching
You're
grass. Why would I
gaslighting me.
gaslight you? That's for women. Women gaslight. I'm not a
Hey,
woman.
that's not.
Excuse
no.
me? Excuse us?
Stop using gaslighting. Don't say that. That's for
You're
women.
gaslighting me. That's what you're doing.
No,
You're
men can
gaslighting me.
gaslight. Anon, okay, I got one simple question for you.
What is a simple
Morality.
question? What?
Well, hold on.
Can you
Yeah, but
quantify
wait, but-
morality?
Hold on.
Here's
hold on.
that's the thing. It can't.
Hold on,
Under
hold on,
his
hold on,
worldview, it's
hold on, hold on,
subjective.
hold on,
He can't
hold on,
No,
hold on.
your worldview
Give me a
is
sec,
that
I'm
it's
gonna-
subjective.
I'm gonna replay.
No,
the stream.
his worldview is that it's subjective.
Annan, shut up. Shut up, Annan. I'm gonna replay the stream and see if you're gaslighting me or not. I have a feeling you are. I could be wrong, but I'm like 99% sure. You're the one who brought up grass. Now you're making me doubt myself. Okay, there it is. Let's go back.
Play it. Play it. Come on. Ultimately, you grant that when you're engaging with something in material reality, it exists. When it comes to a moral,
To my question about like the blind person. Way before that.
yeah, but
You
keep
have
going,
tax-
keep going,
It means driving the plane.
Way before that. My bad.
keep going, keep going. We'll find
The
it.
end. Yes, I'm doing that. As you can
Oh,
see.
we're gonna find it. Keep going.
Can you
I'm
see?
pointing out a
Can you
wall.
see oxygen? Real. And that's
That oxygen.
objective.
Well, because it's something that could be measured. You could
How?
inhale it. So it's like example, like something
Someone-
like
so
here. I'll
someone-
give you an
someone
example.
could have human rights. That's how you measure it. Is that now your argument?
Well, no, because it's
But
not
they
in
have human
material
rights.
reality.
Okay, I got a question.
Where is
No,
it then?
no,
Well, with
what is
oxygen, you
morality?
can point to something. Can you point to the? Where is it? Here, let me give you an example. Take your finger and point to the right.
Can you
I'm
see?
pointing at a
Can you
wall.
see oxygen?
No, you don't have to see something to verify it. You do
Okay.
realize that,
You
right?
don't have to see
Oh,
something to
there we go.
verify it. Okay.
Yeah, like
How do
if
you
you're
verify it?
blind.
Okay.
Yeah, like if you're blind, you could touch grass. You don't have to
Oh, you
I'm not sure
mentioned
if
it. Why'd you try to
that's
gaslight That's me? not grass. What
Oh,
if
Oh,
that's
oh,
someone-
oh,
try to gaslight me, bud?
Well, that's not.
Ah, you
gaslighting.
mentioned it. Get
That
the
is
fuck off my. Get
gaslighting.
off of my stream.
did I
Get
mention?
off of my stream, buddy.
That is gaslighting.
Get
That
off
is
of
a
my stream.
literal-
Oh my god, making you do all that work when you know what you said. Jeez
Oh,
Louise,
God.
bud. That's insufferable MAGA for you. I didn't need to scream there. That's my bad, yo.
No, you're good.
Jesus.
No,
fuck.
that guess, geez, that, listen, it's Schrodinger's grass. You don't know if it exists or not.
Oh my god, I'm not.
Listen,
going
if I put a
crazy.
non in a box and I shake it, is he real?
No, they're not real.
No.
No, nothing is real. This is a.
Nothing is real. This is a simulation.
This is a simulation. This is not real. This is not
This
real.
is hold on. This is a simulation. It's all by the Democrats. They're all the
Stop
problem.
running from the debate. You try to gaslight me during the
Sure.
debate. I'm not going to debate with a gaslighter, but
Yeah, sorry. The only people that are allowed to girl boss gatekeep and gaslight are Ellie, me, and Ray. Yes.
scared, buddy. You were arguing. Your arguments were so flawed. Jesus.
It's not even flawed. They just don't even make any sense.
Yeah,
Like,
you couldn't keep
the-
what you were saying straight, bro. Exactly what chat's saying.
And you know what's even funnier than that is that, like, I'm gay and I can keep a conversation straighter than that. Yes, I got all the jokes. No one's running, Anon. Listen, you're the only one that's running. You're running
Also, by the
so
way-
fast away from brain cells.
You owe me money. We didn't agree to a certain amount, but you owe me some type of money. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, link to my bio.
And I also
You
have
pay-
my cash.
You
available.
send me some money, and I'll let you back up. Be a man of your words. We agreed, right? We bet money on it. So you send me some money, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App for gaslighting me, because that's what you said, and that was the thing you said. You said I mentioned it first, and I didn't. You did. Cool, $1, sure. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App.
I want a book.
Venmo, PayPal, Cash
Make
App.
it $2.
No, you gotta send it first, bud. We're grifting here for $1. You gotta send it first.
Listen, we're grifting here for $1. I want my dollar too. As soon as you send Jeremiah's his dollar and my dollar, I want my dollar.
Stop running. Be a man of your words. Send the money, bud. MAGA is just lying. See, he lied. He gaslit. What else? What else, man?
He was also misogynistic, saying that only girls can gaslight, bruh. Like, not a good look.
I'm probably
Meanwhile,
gonna-
he gaslit actively.
Literally, and I proved it. Anyways, Anon, I remember everyone that owes me money. You got Tesla owes me $50. This other guy owes me like $1,000. Now you owe me $1. So everyone's in debt to me. All the MAGAs owe me money. Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna get off. I've been on for like 6-7 hours, so I will see you guys tomorrow.
6-7.